Okay, ready. Good afternoon, honored guests, families, and friends, and the Cogeco viewing audience. It's the appointed hour of 2 p.m. on Sunday, January the 29th, 2023, and the celebrations will begin. I'm Paisley Janbury Poole, Chair of the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame and MC for the afternoon. Welcome to this, our 32nd year of our induction ceremony, and I will ask Beth Angle to come for the land acknowledgement.
The Niagara region of Ontario is located on the traditional shared territory of the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee and the Chinaton peoples. The Chinaton people have called these lands home for thousands of years, and more recently, the Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee have been sharing the land as the one dish, one spoon treaty territory.
I'd like to call now on Casey Hine to sing O Canada. I invite you all to stand up and sing with her.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Casey. I'd like to introduce the mayor, Jim Diodati. Yep. Oh, do you want me to say more? My sweetheart. Yes, you're speaking.
Thanks, Paisley, for your mercilessly brief introduction. Appreciate that. All right. So first of all, welcome everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. We are going to keep that door open a little bit and the back door open because it's a little warm. Are you warm in here a little bit? Yes or no? Yes? Good. Okay, so maybe we'll crack that door a little extra if we could, guys, just to try to keep the temperature tame. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you got a fireplace going. What do you want? It's not actually giving off heat. It's more that psychosomatic think that you think you're getting hot. So first off, yes, this is 2 years in one. Obviously, COVID hit, and we had to put this on pause, but we're back at it again. So once again, we're going to have a great opportunity to acknowledge all those people that did some great things on behalf of the city of Niagara Falls, and I welcome all of you back. So I do have some dignitaries joining us here today. First off, from City Council, we've got City Councilors Lori Lococo, Mona Patel, Victor Pietrangelo, and Mike Strange. Please give them a hand if you would. Also representing our MPP, we have Shannon Mitchell. Shannon being here. And representing our MP, we have April Jeffs, who's also the chair of the Niagara Parks Commission. So thank you for being here. As well, from Regional Council, we've got Kim Crater. I always say, you know, Kim, if Jim is Jimbo, would Kim be Kimbo? I won't tell you what he says after I say that. And also, husband of Wayne Campbell from City Council, and also a DSBN trustee. We've got Helga Campbell here today, too. So thank you, Helga, for being here. So as well, I understand we have our CAO, Jason Burgess, and also our General Manager of Rec and Culture, Kathy Moldenhauer, as well as Beth Engel, and a lot of our staff in the city. You know, they work really hard. They come in on the weekend. They do a lot of extra work to make sure this comes together without a hitch. Please, if you wouldn't mind, help me acknowledge all their efforts as well. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Sports Wall of Fame Committee. This is a thankless, difficult job because every year they get a lot of people, they bring names forward, and they have to be the gatekeepers. They have to decide who gets in, and unfortunately, who doesn't get in. Not everybody can be in, but it's a very difficult and, as I say, oftentimes thankless job, and I'd rather them do it than me. So let's put your hands together, please, for the Hall of Fame Committee. And I especially want to thank Paisley. You know, Paisley's been involved in this community forever as an alderman, as a community volunteer. She even has her own trail named after her. So anyway, we're really grateful for all the efforts. She can be feisty at times. And I'm always nervous when she's sitting behind me. So I'm going to keep this real tight and to the point. She's kind of, and not exactly, but our version of Hazel McCallion in that, and I'd like to offer our condolences. Obviously, today Hazel did pass away, if you didn't hear that. She was 101 years old, the longest serving mayor for the city of Mississauga, a good friend, a lot of fun, and if I could just tell you one quick funny story about Hazel, because if I was telling you funny stories about Paisley, we wouldn't have enough time. But, yeah, see, I know I'm pretty gutsy saying that with her behind me. But Hazel, a lot of funny stories, but one in particular, well, one that relates to sports, Johnny Bauer, the Toronto Maple Leaf legendary goalie, you know, 4 Stanley Cups, was telling me a story that Hazel was quite the hockey player in her day. And they were playing at a community event out front of the City Hall of Mississauga, and she really wanted to score on this great goalie. So he said, we had it all planned. You know, we were going to do this. It was going to be a little bit orchestrated. And he said, no, kind of, you just pop it between my legs. So he goes, the first one, he goes, boom, she hits me right in the face. And he says, you know, I'm giving you this. Come on, let's try this again, Hazel. So they did it the second time. He goes, boom, right in the chest. And he said, so the third time, she comes in and he hit him where it counts. I'll leave it there. And you want to hear Johnny Bauer or telling the story. And then the last one, she puts it in. He goes, you'd have swore she just won the Olympic gold medal. She skated around and was pumping. And the other funny story, we did a fundraiser for the Soup Kitchen and Project Share for my 50th. And we did that at the casino. And it was a roast. So everybody was making fun of me, which is everyone seems to like to do. And she was interviewed ahead of time, and so this was all planned out and scripted. And they went to a conference that she was at, and they said, Hazel, would you like to wish Jim Diodati a happy birthday? And she goes, who's that? And then they go, oh, he's the mayor of Niagara Falls. She goes, oh, well, yes, of course. She went on, right? And then the last thing, that she said, well, how old is he anyway? And at that time, they said, well, he's going to be 50. And she goes, 50? I got underwear older than him. True story. I'd also like to acknowledge Ruth Ann Newestag has joined us here today as well. So please put your hands together for Ruth Ann. So ladies and gentlemen, today is about acknowledging the efforts of some people that represented Niagara Falls in a very proud way, and we're so proud of them. We're grateful that they've been able to journey back. It's kind of like an old home week, you know, because I know a lot of people like glory days, like Bruce Springsteen used to sing. You know, we'll think back to those great championships, those special goals or baskets or runs or whatever it is that we did. And we're really proud of you, and we really make it a point of catching people doing things right and acknowledging them. And you don't do it for that reason, whether you're a coach, a trainer, an athlete, a spectator, or you support in some other way as a parent or as a family member or just a cheerleader. It doesn't matter. Just the idea is that we acknowledge and catch people doing things right, and we're proud. Niagara Falls has got a long history of great people doing great things in all aspects, sport and otherwise, but today we focus on sport. Today we have 334 inductees into the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame, as I say, athletes, builders, teams, and other ways. So on behalf of the city of Niagara Falls, I welcome you, I thank you, and congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. We're excited to bring you the 32nd Annual Sports Wall of Fame. The procedure for today's induction ceremony is there are two different groups, 2021, 2022. We're going to start with the 2021 inductees. I'll call up the presenter. The presenter will come up. The presenter will invite the inductee to the stage, and they will provide a short introduction of each inductee. Mayor Diodati will present the plaque, and the recipient or the family member can speak for 2 minutes. And I time it. My watch is right here, and it's working. Today we have 12 inductees, and 2 of the inductees are automatic. The automatic induction are very prestigious, as our automatic inductees have either won Olympic medals, competed internationally, or won a world or a Canadian championship. I'm asking Bonnie Brady and Gary McDonald to join me up here, and we're going to call upon our first person, Amy Audibert, athlete for basketball. And Bonnie is going to make the presentation.
Thanks, Paisley. It is my pleasure to introduce Amy Audibert. Amy attended A.N. Meyer Secondary School and was an outstanding basketball player who was considered a top-ranking post player in Ontario. After high school, Amy headed south and played 4 years for the University of Miami Hurricanes, where she excelled both on and off the court. After university, Amy pursued a diploma in broadcasting, radio, television, and film at Niagara College. Since then, Amy has had an incredible career in broadcasting. In 2021, she made history twice in 1 week, starting with being the first woman to call analysis on a Raptors broadcast. Then, as a member of the first all-female broadcast crew for a televised NBA game between the Toronto Raptors and the Denver Nuggets. After spending a season with the Toronto Raptors, Amy recently accepted a role with the Miami Heat radio and television, television broadcast team. She is truly a remarkable role model, and I know that we will all be cheering her on for many years to come. Unfortunately, Amy is unable to be here with us today, and representing her is Fred Audibert, Amy's uncle. Fred?
So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be here today to accept this award on behalf of my niece, Amy. We'd like to thank the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame Committee for acknowledging her efforts, and I'd like to congratulate all the other inductees here this afternoon. You know, Amy would have loved to have been here today to accept this award herself. However, it is very unfortunate that she has to tolerate the warm tropical weather in Miami. You know, our family is really happy of Amy's so many accomplishments. However, there is no one happier, I believe, today than her father, John, who was my brother, who some of you may know have just recently passed away. You know, it was his love of basketball that was so instrumental in passing the love of the game on to his daughter. So on behalf of the Audibert family, I'm sure he's watching down on all of us today with a big smile on his face, beaming from ear to ear, saying, "Good job, Amy, good job." So thank you all, and congratulations to everyone.
Hi guys! Hi guys! I would love to be with you today celebrating and really congratulations to everybody. This is the second best thing though, so just want to take a quick moment and thank you, by the way, Bally Sports, Miami Heat. They're incredible here, so they are totally on board with me sending a quick message. Congratulations to the fellow inductees. I'm sure you share the same sense of pride that I do today, and thank you so much to the Wall of Fame committee for acknowledging some of the cool things that I've been really fortunate to do. I have so much pride in my hometown. I am a Meyer girl. So for me, I grew up and it was Jay Triano and Nikki Johnson and Pete Garashi and Greg Newton and Jess Kemp. So it's such an honor for me to be in this conversation as well. So thank you so much. One of the best things about my job is I get to travel around really cool places, and everybody knows Niagara Falls, and it's so unique. It's not a huge city. It's not Toronto, and it's not Miami, but everybody, as soon as they say where you're from and I say Niagara Falls, they say, wow, the waterfall? Yeah, the waterfall. But to me, it's a beautiful city. But why I'm so proud about being from there is just the people, the most incredible locals who've really made that city so much and really made it a great place for me to grow up. So I'm so thankful to be from Niagara Falls. I'm proud to be from there, and I'm proud to be being recognized for this. The one thing I do have to say is I want to just thank my parents, John and Julia, really quick, who, of course, there's no way I'd be sitting here today without their support. Not once did they ever say no, or did they tell me that my goals were super unrealistic, which they kind of were in some ways. But here I am, right? I was a dreamer, I was a worker, and I had the best support from my parents, which allowed me to be here, and my family. So a special thank you to them. And my last little word of advice, if you have a daughter, a niece, or anything, a little girl, go tell them to play sports. I'm so happy that, again, I had support. My family at 10 years old made me go play basketball, which I didn't even want to do at the time. I'm so grateful, and I hope there's other young women or little girls that can catch fire and have a passion the same way that I did. So thank you so much. Congratulations again, and I'll be home in the summer. Have a good night.
Please call upon the presenter, Gary McDonald, for our next recipient, Ralph Bymont, builder for horse racing.
Hi, I'm happy to introduce Ralph Bymont. Ralph's interest in horses and horse racing began in the 1950s. Oh, sorry. His passion for horses continued even as he went to dental school and opened up his practice. While running his practice, he purchased horses and owned race horses. And at the same time, he started to become a thoroughbred trainer. Within a few years, he established himself as one of the top trainers at the Fort Erie racetrack. Ralph broke the track record for the number of wins in a single season for 2 years in a row, and he achieved his 1,000th career victory in 2013. He continues to train and race horses in Southern Ontario. Unfortunately, Ralph couldn't be here with us today. Please welcome his son, Brett, to the stage to accept the award on his behalf.
Yeah, my dad sends his regrets, much like many of the horses he's trained through the years. And Amy, he's spending his time near Miami now. Well deserved. I'd like to quickly thank a couple of his partners that nominated him initially for this recognition, Danny Lococo and Carmen Demizio. And as I was sitting here earlier waiting for things to begin, I had a couple people come up and made me realize a lot of people may know my dad more as their dentist than a horse trainer. And he began his dental career, and about halfway through it, he decided to pursue his passion, which was training horses. And looking back now, probably a decision that took a lot of courage and a lot of help from a lot of people. Too many to thank. He just wanted me to thank one person in particular, my mother, who, with 40 horses in the barn and 4 kids at home, needed a little help. So thank you to her, and thank you to the Wall of Fame committee, and congratulations to all the other that are receiving recognition today.
I'd like to call on presenter Bonnie Brady again for our automatic inductee, Michael Pickering, athlete in trap shooting.
Thanks, Paisley. I am pleased to introduce Michael Pickering. In the year 2000, Mike found the competitive sport of trap shooting and quickly became a member of the Thorold Conservation Gun Club the Hamilton Gun Club, and the Grand Island Rod and Gun Club. In 2001, he joined the Amateur Trap Association. Over the next 19 years before his passing, he continued to compete and win several championships in New York State, in Ontario, and throughout Canada. Mike's biggest accomplishment was in 2008 when he became the Canadian trap shooting champion. Wow. In this competition, Mike shot a perfect 200 out of 200 clay targets, which fly through the air at more than 90 miles per hour. Unbelievable. He shot 74 out of 75 in the finals. Please help me in welcoming to the stage his wife, Karen Pickering, the wife of the late Mike Pickering.
All right. I'd like to thank the late Phil Huntington for nominating Mike, the committee, all the sponsors, everyone involved with all the awards here today. And I'm sure he's looking down on us with a big smile on his face. Thank you.
I'd like to call back Gary McDonald for the next recipient, who is Dr. Keith Pine, builder of baseball.
It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Keith Pine. Keith was born in Massachusetts and moved to Niagara Falls as an infant along with his twin brother. Sorry, I'm not in trouble. He attended Stanford Collegiate and then went on to Guelph University, where he played basketball. He later went on to Chiropractic College in Dallas, Texas. Since graduating, Keith has had a very long, interesting, and successful career in sports medicine. As someone who's had 7 knee surgeries and shoulder surgery, I certainly appreciate all our sports medicine people. Since graduating, he developed a predictive injury platform with a mission to be a global leader in performance health and treatment for athletes. He has a long resume of involvement and success with professional sports teams and has made a particular impact on professional baseball. He was the medical consultant with the Boston Red Sox in 2018 when they won the World Series. Spent 4 seasons with the Washington National Baseball team as a medical board chairman, winning the 2019 World Series, and part of the medical staff with the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2020 when he won the World Series there. In addition to his contributions to baseball, he was with the medical consultant with the Toronto Raptors when they won the 2019 NBA championship. Very impressive. And thank you for all your hard work. Please welcome Keith to the stage.
Cut that out. I hear we only have 2 minutes. Okay. Thank you for having me here today. As a twin, I never had a pair of jeans my whole life that I thought were mine. So I share everything with my brother. Sorry, buddy. So I'm going to tell one sporting event that I was at, or was part of. I'll call it that. That I was part of. I was part of the event, but I wasn't there. One of the best sporting events I was ever at. Game 6 of the Toronto Raptors series against Milwaukee. We're playing for the Eastern Conference Finals. We're up 3-2. The game's in Toronto, and so I can't go to the game. I'm treating my patient as Kawhi Leonard, and so I'm treating Kawhi for the game. I can't go to the game because I'm head of medical for the Washington Nationals, right? So it's a Saturday night in Toronto. It's absolute bedlam. If you remember that series, it was pretty crazy, right? So I called my brother from the airport. I said, Kev, go to the hotel, get my credentials. It's got my picture on it. No one's going to know the difference, right? So put my sport coat on and go as me. No one's going to know the difference. So I said, Kev, just go, sit behind the bench, and you'll be right behind the bench. You and Drake. You're like 3 seats from Drake. You're right there, right? So he's sitting there the whole game. You're watching Kevin. He's standing every time out, and I'm in the Washington Nationals locker room, going, "Oh my God, my brother's gonna start yelling out plays to Nick Nurse, the coach, right?" Nick Nurse makes a mistake. Kev's going in for sure. He's gonna tell him what to do, right? So they win the game. At the end of the game, Masai, the president of the Raptors, comes and gets my brother, takes him on the floor for this team celebration because he thinks it's me, right? So my brother's got the iPhone. He's videotaping. He's hugging Kawhi because he knows Kawhi, right? He's in the team picture, right? He's like going crazy. Just the happiest days of life. No one ever knew that it wasn't me. So it was always him. It was the best 50 days of his life, right? So he was like running around. It was like absolute bedlam. It was Jurassic Park was crazy. So like he'd walk into the stadium. I brought him to every game. He'd walk into the stadium like, "We got this. I'm gonna hold this down." He was the guy, right? So it was a beautiful moment. I was very fortunate in my life to win over 20-something championships at the pro and college level. You can say I'm a lucky guy. I was lucky the day I was born, because Kevin Pine was my brother. My brother passed away a year and a half ago. So I got to navigate the world with him. He was the love of my life. He was the greatest gift of my life. And I came here today, long ways away, to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the acts of kindness from the people in this room and the many people from the Niagara area. So thank you for being champions. God bless. I did go to A.M. Meyer my first 3 years.
I just want to mention one thing. I was giving him the gears because in the program it said he went to Stanford, and he did, but he also went to A.M. Meyer for a couple of years. I just wanted him and his brother. We do a picture.
Upon Bonnie for the next recipient, automatic inductee Sarah Caranta, athlete in hockey.
I got this, Jim. Thanks again, Paisley. It is really my pleasure to introduce Sarah. Sarah attended St. Paul Catholic High School and was a great athlete from a young age. She played boys A and AAA hockey all the way up to major bantam for the Niagara Falls Canucks. In grade 9, she made the switch to girls hockey and played with the Stony Creek Junior Sabres. In 2015, she was selected to play for Canada's national women's under-18 team and contributed to a silver medal win. Later the same year, she was selected to play for Team Ontario at the Canada Winter Games in Prince George, British Columbia, where they also won silver. After graduating from high school, she earned a scholarship to play hockey at Robert Morris University in Pittsburgh, where she had a very successful career. Not only was she an amazing athlete, Sarah was named an All-American Scholar and Presidential Scholar Athlete. Please welcome to the stage Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame recipient, automatic inductee, Sarah Caranta.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you to the Sports Wall of Fame for this incredible honor. It is truly a privilege to be recognized among the great athletes, teams, and builders who have brought fame to our community through their athletic abilities and dedication to sports. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of my coaches, teammates, and family who have supported me throughout my athletic journey from my minor hockey days with the Niagara Falls Canucks to my NCAA career at Robert Morris University. Their encouragement and belief in me has been invaluable, and I am forever grateful for their support. I would also like to extend a special thank you to the City of Niagara Falls, Mayor Jim Diodati, and for their support in athletics, for their support of sports and athletics in our community. The opportunities provided by the city have allowed me to achieve my goals and become the athlete I am today. Thank you, Mayor Diodati, for your leadership and commitment to sports in our community. And the most important of all, my family. There aren't enough words to express how appreciative I am for their unwavering support and love. I know it wasn't always easy. Without their constant encouragement and belief in me, I would not be standing here today. I am truly grateful for all they have done for me. In closing, I would like to encourage everyone to continue to support and celebrate the athletes, teams, and builders in our community. Their hard work and dedication inspire us all to be the best versions of ourselves. And I am honored to be a part of such a talented and accomplished group of individuals. And last, I would also like to extend my congratulations to all the other inductees for 2021 and 2022. It is truly an honor to be recognized alongside such greats. Thank you again for this incredible honor.
Praising this new stand. Never had this trouble before. 32 years. I'd like to call upon Gary McDonald to present to Paul Yarich, athlete in running. He's been here many a year with us.
Fix this first. Here we go. It is a pleasure to introduce Paul Yarich. Paul had a passion for running in all categories with a career that has spanned over 30 years. He has participated in the full marathons in Toronto, Montreal, Quebec City, New York City, Buffalo, and Boston. Paul represented Canada at Berlin and in Athens in full marathons. He has won countless medals and trophies and was selected by his track club as Runner of the Year in 2003. In 2015, at the Canadian Masters Championship, he won 3 gold medals. Paul credits the coaching, motivation, and support that he received as part of the Roadrunner and Track Niagara clubs for his success. Ladies and gentlemen, long overdue. Please welcome Paul Yarich.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank the City Council and the Sports Wall of Fame Committee for their continuous support of the outstanding athletes of Niagara Falls. Next, I would like to thank Bill Irwin for his nomination entry that resulted in my selection to be Sports Wall of Fame member. Unfortunately, Track Niagara not exist anymore, but I would like to thank those members, Kakali, for helping me. And I would like to be, otherwise I will not be today here without them. Also, thank you for my fellow competitors as a Roadrunners Athletic Club in St. Catharines. Big thank to you, my granddaughter, for helping me also about this sport. She knows about that, how much mean to me. And lastly, the biggest thank all you goes to my wife for understanding my sport and the cooking tasty fresh food every day, which give me strength to keep going. Thank you, sir. I have accomplished a lot of success with a very diversified running career and enjoying traveling to over the competitions that took place. Thank you. Merci. Gracias. Dziękuję. Hvala.
Congratulations to all of the 2021 inductees on their accomplishments. Why don't you stand up and turn around and face the audience, and we'll clap you one more time. Stand up, everybody. Everybody. Front row. I'd like to call upon the next presenters. Gord Singleton and Mike Strange. Gordy's first. And he is going to present to Kevin Dahlman, athlete for hockey.
I'm going to tell one short little story. You got to love the emotion in this room. And Mike Strange and I were talking about it earlier. If you don't have the emotion, great athletes don't succeed. And that's why it's embedded in here, and I think it's fantastic. And I'm getting goosebumps watching all you guys. So anyways, gives me great pleasure to introduce Kevin Dahlman. Like many Canadian young boys, Kevin grew up with a fascination and a passion for ice hockey. As a youth, he played for the Niagara Falls Minor Thunder. Following a successful minor hockey career, he was called up as an underage player for the Chippewa River Hawks Junior C. He then played for the Niagara Falls Canucks Junior B, and from there, he went on to play in the OHL with the Guelph Storm, beating all the club records. After junior hockey and undrafted, he signed his first professional contract with the Boston Bruins. He made his debut with the Bruins in 2005 season. He later played for St. Louis Blues, Los Angeles Kings, went over to England, played for the Manchester Monarchs, before making a difficult decision to leave the NHL and move his family to Kazakhstan and play in the newly formed KHL. Kevin was extremely successful in the KHL and even became a citizen of the country, Kazakhstan. Unfortunately, Kevin is unable to be here with us today. His parents, Kevin and Jennifer, will be representing. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Kevin and Jennifer Dahlman.
We're just going to make this short and sweet. We want to thank the mayor and the City of Niagara Falls and the Wall of Fame committee for his induction. We are very proud to accept it on his behalf. And we want to congratulate all the other inductees. You've done a wonderful job, guys. Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Obviously, I wish I could. Hi everyone. Obviously, I wish I could be there in person, but the video is going to have to do. First of all, this is such a great honor to be inducted into the Sports Wall of Fame, along with so many other great individuals and teams that are also on the wall. It's a huge honor, and I'm so thankful. I just want to thank the City of Niagara Falls. We came home every summer back to the Falls. It was a great place to grow up. out on the outdoor rinks all the time, great communities, and great togetherness. I want to thank my friend Mike Strange, who did a lot for me training-wise, and who's a big part of me being inducted to the Sports Wall of Fame. I want to thank my family, my parents, my brother and sister and their families. My parents were huge in taking me to the games and getting me ready for everything. I can't ever thank them enough. Obviously, they were a huge part of my career and everything that I've done. So thank you. Also, I would like to thank, most importantly, my wife and my children for sticking with me through all of these years. My wife especially, she's been the rock that's held us together, and she's going through some tough times, but she'll get through it. She's strong. She, like I said, she's holding us together. She held us together, and she's holding us together. So for most part, everyone enjoy your day. This is a huge honor for all of us, and to join all those others on the wall is a huge honor. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I wish I could be there. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to call on Mike Strange to award the next recipient, Christina Marie Formica, athlete in soccer.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce Christina Marie Formica. Christina started playing soccer with the Niagara Falls Soccer Club at the age of 4. She played house league until the age of 13 and then played in the South Region Soccer League. Christina also played Rapids girl hockey until she was 15 and decided to focus on soccer. In 1988, she made an Ontario Youth Soccer League team and played for 2 years. The team represented Ontario in the national championships in Saskatoon and won gold in the 1998 Ontario Summer Games. In high school, Christina played basketball, volleyball, badminton, hockey, and soccer, and won the Athlete of the Year award for all 5 years. When graduating, she had over 60 universities across Canada and the United States scouting her. She ended up accepting an academic and athletic scholarship to Brock University. While at Brock, she had an extremely successful soccer career. Since then, Christina has coached at Brock University and as a high school teacher coached soccer and hockey to several OFSA wins. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame recipient, Christina Marie Formica.
Okay. Congratulations to each recipient for their dedication and success to their sport. It truly is an honor and privilege to be standing up here along each of you. Thank you to the City of Niagara Falls and the Sports Wall of Fame Committee for honoring all the athletic achievements I've experienced over the last 35 years. I feel very blessed that my journey from a 4-year-old child who simply just loved to play led me to a highly successful athletic career and has now come full circle as a coach. A journey that is now providing me with so many opportunities to give back to my community and help pave the way for the next generation of athletes to perhaps one day find themselves where I am today, being recognized for all that they have accomplished as well. Although I've achieved a lot of great individual successes as an athlete, none of it would have been possible without an endless amount of support from the people around me. From the very beginning, my brother, my parents, all gave me the foundation to be a hardworking, driven, and successful person. Thank you all for believing in me no matter what and for showing me endless support and encouragement along the way. To my former coaches, thank you for setting the best example. I'm proud to say that some of the strongest qualities I possess as a coach today came from those coaches, and I strive to use their example and pass that along to those that I coach today. To my high school students, many that are watching this right now, thank you for trusting in me to be your coach and to guide you along your own journeys as athletes. The most memorable for soccer being our 5-year consecutive run at OFSA, 3 silver medals and 2 quarterfinal berths, 5 zone championships, 5 NCAA championships, 5 SASA championships, and with our girls hockey team, we currently hold the NCAA championship as well. As a former St. Michael athlete, it is such an honor to be able to give back to my students and allow them the opportunity to experience the same level of success that I had as a student. And to my family, my husband Mike and my daughter Mila, who's right up there, thank you for allowing me to follow my passion. The endless hours of coaching and the times that it takes me away from my family, thank you for always supporting me and knowing that sport is and always will be a part of who I am. Mila, I hope that one day you can look back at this moment and be proud of your mom and know that everything I've done and continue to do is to be a good role model. Really? On TV. Set a positive example and to be able to give you every opportunity to build lifelong experiences through sport that will stay with you forever. Although I am honored to be recognized for the individual successes as an athlete, what's most important to me is to be remembered as someone who has left a lasting imprint on those around me. If I've learned anything from my time as an athlete, it's about the bigger picture. And at some point, everyone stops playing the game. So what's left over becomes the most important. And if I can make a difference in the lives of the athletes, the students, my community, and most importantly, my daughter, then every individual success I achieved as an athlete has been worth it. Thank you.
I'll call Gord back to present to the next recipient, Chris Johnstone, Builder Hockey.
Gives me great pleasure to introduce Chris Johnson. I've known him for a long time. In 1979, Chris made his debut in junior hockey with the Golden Horseshoe Hockey League playing for the Niagara Falls Canucks. From 1981 through 85, he played at the college level for the Rochester Institute of Technology Tigers in New York State. During his time there, he was named 2-time All-American and won 2 NCAA championships. Although he loved playing hockey, he found that he loved coaching even more. Chris has been coaching for more than 35 years, touching the lives and nurturing countless young athletes as an amateur and at the professional level. His first notable coaching position was as an assistant in the OHL with the Niagara Falls Thunder in 1990. In 1993, he went on to become head coach and remained there through 96. In 2001, Chris coached the Chippewa River Hawks to an All-Ontario Junior C Championship, City of Niagara Falls' first and only Junior C provincial championship. Over 100 NHL players have been nurtured or mentored under Chris, and many of them remember him fondly and stay in touch. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame recipient, Chris Johnson.
Thanks very much. I want to thank the Sports Wall of Fame Committee and Mayor Jim Diodati for this wonderful award. Congratulations to all the other recipients. I really want to put a thank out to my son Connor. He's here. And my other son Carson, I think he's watching on TV. He's up north coaching junior A hockey. Think about it, coaching junior A hockey up there. Thank you for being the lead on this, Connor, the nomination, and thanks to the committee for accepting his nomination. Why so long? It's passion, love of sports, love of athletes, love of young men is why I think we all do it, and why it's driven me to do it as long as I have done it. I've tried to get out of the sport a few times and keep getting dragged back, and the best story was with that Riverhawk team. Gord, thanks for mentioning that team. People would say, "Well, what are you doing coaching Junior C? You know, you've coached all over, and you're going to coach at Junior C level." And I said, "Pardon? I'm coaching young men, coaching hockey players that want to make a difference for them in their lives. And that drives the passion. We were fortunate enough to win that championship. The great bunch of athletes, great bunch of hockey players. And my love for the game is unwavering. I still do it, and I guess I will continue to do it for as long as I'm able. Just want to teach all these young athletes lessons in life so they can handle things that goes on. Life's tough, life's hard. So anything I could teach them, anything that they could learn through me, and bring that with them forward, so they can handle all the challenges in their lives. And that's why I do it. The hockey part's easy. The hockey part's fun. But to have the passion to drive these kids, these athletes, to be the best people they can be is why I do it, and I'm sure why a lot of us here have done it. I want to thank my family. A lot of them are back there. My brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews. They've been riding this thing for a long time. My son, again, Carson up north, if you're watching this. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new granddaughter of 1-year-old Jersey. Papa Scoot is proud of you, honey. My mom, she'd have a smile like you would have no idea right now. She loved hockey, loved sports. She's a passionate lady. If she was here, she'd be dancing around. Oh, look at my son, I'm so proud of him. My father for guiding us, tough love, guiding us, never interfering and letting us make our own decisions. I'm thankful for that. Emmy's parents are here. Thank you for coming, Joe and Fernando. Emmy, my daughter-in-law, our daughter. Welcome to the family, marrying my son Carson, and supporting us all the way here. And lastly, of course, none of us do any of this without a great partner, and without the best person in my life, my wife Cheryl. Been a long haul. Been doing this a long time. And she's been with me and heard every story along the way. Some good, some not so good. But she'd always pull me back in, rein me back in. She taught me the values in life, to appreciate everything, appreciate people. You can't walk in everyone's shoes, so guide them, help them, and I learned that through my wife. Thank you again, all the recipients. Thanks to the city, thanks to the committee. So appreciate it. I love you, Cheryl. Thanks, honey. Thank you.
Mike, want to come forward for next recipient, Felix Mancuso, athlete in hockey. He's being inducted posthumously.
Keep him busy, eh, Jim? It's my pleasure to introduce Felix Gus Mancuso. Felix was a professional hockey forward who played 42 games in NHL for the Montreal Canadiens and the New York Rangers. He began his career in the OHA, playing for the Niagara Falls Cataracts in 1933, turning pro the next year and playing for the Hershey Bears. Gus was the fourth Niagara Falls native to play in the NHL and signed his contract with the Canadiens in 1937. He played 23 games over 3 seasons with the Habs. His rights were sold to the New York Rangers in 1942, with whom he played his last season. He played in 21 games and in 1942-43 and contributed 6 goals and 14 points. Unfortunately, he never found out if he could be an NHL regular, as he was called upon the Canadian military for World War II, losing 2 full seasons. In 1945, when he returned, he moved to California and played 4 seasons in the new rendition of the Pacific Coast League. Felix was released in 1949 and remained in California with his wife until his passing in 2003 at the age of 89. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michelle Rivet, niece of Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame recipient Felix Mancuso, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Oh, try not to drop it. Usually I don't need a mic. Oh, see, I spoke too soon. Okay, so thank you all. First of all, I am his great niece, and it was hockey. I know someone saw baseball, but it was hockey. On behalf of our family, we would like to thank the committee first for selecting Uncle Gus, Felix Mancuso, as a 2022 inductee to the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame. We are honored, as we all know he would be, to be joining so many other proud Niagara born and raised athletes and teams. We take pride in knowing for years to come, generations now and in the future will forever have a place and a memory to honor and reflect and to share the story or the legacy of Uncle Gus. A special thank you to my brother-in-law, Vince Rhines, who is in the audience today, for his remarkable research and his written word and dedication to ensure that we had this opportunity today. So thank you, Vince. On behalf of our family, we'd like to congratulate both the 2021 and 2022 inductees and thank you for honoring our legacy and his memory and his sports accomplishments forever. He was a proud Canadian and a very proud resident of Niagara Falls. So thank you, everyone.
I'd like to call upon Senator Gore, Singleton. For the next recipient, Deborah Toth, builder in martial arts.
Once again, it's a wonderful pleasure to introduce Deborah Toth. During Deborah's 40-year span training for karate, she reached a 4th degree black belt level. She made a huge impact on the art and development of the sport, as well as a huge impact on her students and our community. Deborah has trained with the best in North America and sometimes brought these karate masters here to bring their knowledge and teach some of the Niagara people from Niagara Falls. She created and developed a program to help people feel safe and empowered. She's been an active member in our community as a builder and a volunteer. Deborah is now retired, but her legacy lives on in the art and profession and in the lives of many of her students that she's mentored. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame recipient, Deborah Toth.
Hello. So a while ago, back in the early 2000s, I was assistant coach for Team Canada and got to go to Venice, Italy. It was very wonderful. There was only one Team Canada member from Niagara Falls, plus myself. When we came back, I was asked to take the position of head coach and prepare the team to go to South America for a competition the next year. Wow, that felt very good, as you can imagine. It was very, very, very wonderful to hear. And I gave it some serious thought, but I thought, okay, 1-2 students from Niagara Falls go to team. What about all the 20 classes full of people that I taught at my school and all through the region all the time? They were counting on me to be there day to day, every day. They're the people I serve. So I turned it down because I thought of, for instance, one time there was a little girl who was being bullied at school, and when she came, when her parents brought her to me, she couldn't put her head up. She could only look down at the floor. So she started karate, and after a little while, she not only put her head up, but she became a very spirited little girl. I think a bit of a handful, maybe. And then her mom joined karate too, and her mom earned her black belt. I remember a little smaller boy who has just started school, and he was very, very shy. So whenever he had to be separated from his parents, he not only would cry, but he'd put his arms around his dad's leg in a death grip And his parents were really concerned about him. So they put him in karate, and before long, he not only got confident, but he also became a bit of a star. And so at his school, when it was time for the talent show, he was the first one to volunteer. What do you think he did? Karate, right? And then I thought also, I taught children, but I taught women. I taught men. I thought of the man one time. I think you might be interested in this story, and I think Councillor Stranges is going to know a little bit about this because it was in a routine sparring class when one of my big male students, very fit, very tall, strong, accidentally knocked out another tall student. So the first fellow, business owner here in town, someone I always privately thought of as a captain of industry, he did everything he was supposed to be doing. They were sparring, just a regular class, and he went to punch and held back. He only did, partial power. And in karate, you have to hit, just burst the bubble. That means an inch away from their face. So he was doing everything right, but the other tall fellow, also a local business owner, just happened to choose that moment to unexpectedly lunge forward, and poof, he was out. Punch connected to jaw. So the first man grabbed him, and with the assistance of a nearby wall, he held him up so he couldn't hit the floor because he was out. So he held him there, and shortly thereafter, not very long at all, he came to. Everybody's friends, nobody's hurt, everything's fine. After the class was over, the first man said to me, "Sensei, I just tapped him." So he found out just how very powerful he was. In karate, you can be already strong, but you're going to become stronger physically, mentally, emotionally, and subsequently spiritually because of all that. I loved my job, helping all these people do that. Like other sports, all these people here today that are getting their awards, you experienced that too. Anything you dedicate yourself to with enough work. But the one I know about is martial arts. So that's why I didn't go to Team Canada. That's why I stayed right here. And I want to say thank you to the sports committee, to everyone at the city who brought this about to give me an award to recognize my work. I appreciate it so much. It really makes me happy. I'll admit it. I'm so happy. But there's one thing that makes me even happier. At my school, I'm retired now. Another thing that makes me happy. But my school continues. The black belts that I trained are there leading the school now. And they're doing something, this is what I want to tell you. They're doing something that I did. They're searching out the best masters in North America and abroad, learning from them, improving their skills, as I did throughout, expanding their knowledge and bringing it right back here to Niagara Falls. In fact, they're going to Okinawa at the end of March. And so when they do that, they're not just helping themselves and the students, but they're helping develop martial arts right here in the city of Niagara Falls. So thank you to everyone. I'm happy.
I'd like to call upon Mike Strange again to the recipients of the Niagara Falls Anglican 1935-36 women's basketball team. What about that?
It is my pleasure to introduce the Niagara Falls Anglicans 1935-36 women's basketball team. In April of 1936, the Niagara Falls Anglicans women's basketball brought a new honor home when they won the Ontario Intermediate Church Championship with a score of 27-26 over the Toronto Silverthorns. The team advanced with several hard-fought victories over the other Ontario regions to advance to the championship final in our home, Niagara Falls. An article from the Niagara Falls Evening Review on April 14, 1936, stated that audience members witnessed one of the most exciting contests ever played in Niagara Falls. This was a team of trailblazing women in sport. Unfortunately, we were unable to contact any living members or their families to represent the team, but we do, however, have the niece and nephew of manager Louis Carter with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame recipient Jim Carter and Janet Carter.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the Sports Wall of Fame Committee. I want to thank Beth Engel for helping us get some information, and also Mayor Jim Diodati, who I think I know very well. Our father, Daniel Carter, he played for Niagara Falls Collegiate, which won the Ontario Championship in 1935-36. In that same year, his brother, Louis Carter, was manager of the Anglican women's basketball team of 1935-36. And the recognition we found was that there was an article in the Niagara Falls Review. There is a mention in the sports editor at the time. We had a photograph, and we also had a crest which they were given. Now you have to imagine what the city of Niagara Falls was like in 1935 and 1936. The women's team and the men's team were real trailblazers. And they worked very, very hard to achieve it. And I think they were at the beginning of what has happened since that time. So congratulations to all the winners since 1935-36 and even before that time. So I really appreciate everything done here. So thank you again to the committee for recognizing this group. Thank you.
The Sponsors Award is next. The 32nd Annual Sports Wall of Fame induction ceremony includes the presentation of the Sponsor Award, initiated in 1994 by our committee. The award is presented to a corporation or a group in recognition of a minimum of 5 years' significant contribution to sports in the city of Niagara Falls. As we call your name, could the representatives come to the stage? Acres International, Hatch. I don't think they have anyone here today. How could they not hear me? Am I louder than... Camiso's Fresh Foods. I don't think there's anyone here, but we all know Camiso's. Dobie's Floors. Bruce Vandersloot is here. Value Muffler and Brake, Mike Davey. And Lisa Benger, Senior Vice President of Walker Industries. Acres International was a staunch supporter of Niagara Falls and recreational sports, sponsoring countless teams over many years. This support merits inclusion in the Wall of Fame in honor of the original company's name. Now as Hatch, the firm continues to be a huge supporter of Niagara Falls. Thank you to Acres and Hatch for all of their support. Camiso's Fresh Foods is a part of the fabric of Niagara Falls and supporter of many different teams and fundraising initiatives. They've been a longtime supporter of the Sports Wall of Fame Committee, donating food and providing support in many ways. So we thank the Camiso's Fresh Foods. Dobie's Florist has been a longtime supporter of the community and of the Sports Wall of Fame. The beautiful flower arrangements that you see here today were donated and have been for many years by Bruce. So thank you, Bruce, for your continuing support. Value Muffler and, unless you want to, anybody want to speak? Okay. Value Muffler and Brake is a huge community supporter and supporter of the Sports Wall of Fame. Mike Davey is always friendly and positive and ready to lend us his support through donations and sponsorships, and we thank you, Mike Davey, for your ongoing support. Walker's Industry is a huge community supporter, donating materials, time, and money to many amazing local causes. We are recognizing them today for their ongoing sponsorship for sports teams and their fundraising activities. So we thank you to Walker Industries. They've been here a long time too. So thank you for all the outstanding sponsors. Your generous support makes a large impact on our community, helping to make Niagara Falls a great place to live, work, and especially play. So I'd like to invite Mayor Jim back again to officially dedicate the new inductees to the wall.
Thanks, Paisley. And I worry every time she sits down in her chair, the wheels are like 2 inches from the edge. We've been keeping an eye. And also, I worry for myself because she has this hanging here too. So if I get out of line, just so you know, I don't go. See? And you know, the other thing I want to reiterate, it's been said already by so many of these athletes and their families, and it goes way beyond sport. One of you said, and then the game ends. And then what? And this goes way beyond sport. This is about developing young men and women, and they're going to take this box of tools that you've equipped them with, and they're going to use this throughout their lives. And the other philosophy I know my parents bought into was that busy kids stay out of trouble. So they kept us all busy. We're always in sport. We're always doing activities, try to keep us out of trouble. I think for the most part it worked. So on behalf of the City of Niagara Falls and City Council, it's my pleasure, Paisley, and an honor to officially dedicate the 2021 and 2022 inductees into the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame. Congratulations.
So we wish to thank all the nominators of this year's inductees. Of course, you can't get on unless you get nominated. So if you know of somebody another year, then get your name in. We also wish to support and thank the sponsors and supporters of today's event for both the program and the reception. And there is some goodies before you leave. The Virtual Sports Wall of Fame was created in partnership with the Niagara Falls Public Library and is now in its 19th year. This website allows internet users to search for any athlete, team, builder, or sponsor honored by the city. The link to the website is www.niagarafalls.ca/SWOF. So special thanks to the Public Library for all of their help and so on. Okay, what more? Oh, my team. You can't go. It's only 3:15 by my watch, so we're not running too late. I'd like to invite my committee to stand up, so you can clap them. They could come up on the stage, but if they come up on the stage and there's no room for the next, so stand up. Emily Allen, Bonnie Brady. Come forward so they can see you. Paul Campagato's in Florida. Jack Hall is not able to come today. Bill Leskew, Gary McDonald, Gord Singleton, Mick Wolf. The mayor is an honorary chairman, and Councillor Mike Strange. And believe it or not, we have 2 lifetime members, Shirley Fisher, and Jim Atack. Mayor Jim, thank you for your assistance today. We appreciate your support and the support of the Niagara Falls City Council. Special thanks to Jack Custers. He wiggled out, but he's been here a long time. Today's ceremony will be aired the following days. Tuesday, January the 31st at 7 o'clock. Wednesday, February the 1st at 9:30 p.m. Saturday, February the 4th at noon. And you can find more dates in your local listings. Okay. One more page, kids. The induction ceremony also being recorded by WeStream. That ceremony will be available for viewing on the city's website, which is www.niagarafalls.ca/SWF. Nomination forms are available on the City of Niagara Falls website. We accept nominations all year, but the deadline will be next year. No, this year. My gosh. Friday, May the 5th, 2023. It is the first Friday in May of each year. We hope you have enjoyed the 32nd Annual Sports Wall of Fame ceremony. This is the second year we have created videos for you to enjoy. We thank the Niagara Falls Public Library as well for all of their assistance. And before I thank everybody, I'm going to ask the front row to stand up and turn around and be clapped because this side had a turn. And before I let the rest of the audience go, the front row has to go down around the corner and get their picture taken for the review. So get ready, because you're going first. So on behalf of the City of Niagara Falls, I'd like to thank everyone for coming, and congratulations to all the inductees. See you next week.